At the beginning of President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni's sixth term in office, he committed support to squatters to own land titles. This was to be done through compensating absentee landlords at the expense of squatters.
We shall aggressively and without compromise deal with some obstacles. Protecting Bibanja owners over the iniquitous Milo land system.
Block 44 in Kibito was acquired by the government in 2005 after compensating the absentee landlord, and Block 32 in Nyachigumba, both in Bunyangabu district. By use of the Land Fund, Uganda Land Commission embarked on the process of transferring and demarcating land in respect of the available squatters.
Then the subjects who were staying in those lands were squatters. So in the wisdom of our president, he agreed to compensate the kingdoms.
The fund basically is targeting the two lost counties of Buyaga and Bugangaizi in Kibale, not excluding other Milo land owned by the traditional chiefs but occupied by squatters. This is in line with the presidential directive which suspended any form of eviction.
But the title of those lands were belonging to people who were in Buganda. This is history. So these people have the title, but they're not on the land. So they were now being called absentee landlords.
The Bunyangabu Block 44 in Kibito was formerly owned by the Queen Mother, Best Kemigisha, who got compensated by the government to allow campstay of squatters.
So that government takes the title from the absentee landlord, that land belongs to government, then government demarcates this land to the people who are already on the land. And those people are given title.
So far, out of the 4,000 plus titles on these two blocks, 2,000 titles are complete, pending distribution by the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development. However, the Commission is preferring the President to hand over these titles to the nationals.
If that once that transfer is done by the President or any other person the President may assign, then within another 1 or 2 weeks, this office will be filled up with files being returned, with payment being done.
Most of the people have been finding difficulties in acquiring loans in different financial institutions. But I believe that the moment we get our titles, this will be an easy work.
In the process, Uganda Land Commission found difficulties, especially public pessimism, about the whole process.
This is because many of them still do not believe that government is serious. They don't believe that the ministry is serious because after signing their forms in 2020, up to now, there is nothing done.
Some squatters have mismatching documents, while others cannot afford the stamp duty, which retards the whole process.
When Museveni, he sweared himself in May, he called that every citizen of Uganda should have his own ownership on his land.
The Commission is appealing to the government to hand over ready titles to boost morale of the rest beneficiaries to expedite their responsibilities.
Out the 2,000 titles which have already been transferred, then that would help to mobilize those other people who are still doubting.
The Commission needs at least 150 billion shillings to process land titles for 10 already compensated absentee landlords.
The titles are already with ULC. The owners have, some of them have been compensated, but there are others who have not yet been compensated, but they've already given the title.
Nyakairu Sylvester, 74 years, owns 25 acres, is among those appreciating the president for the initiative enabling squatters own land titles.
But when we got information that the government has bought for us, we are very happy. Then we started chasing these letters, thanking the president for buying this land for us.
This is the biggest batch of titles to be granted to squatters by the government through the Uganda Land Commission. The process of purchasing land from the absentee landlords is expected to be applied across the country with intention of solving rampant evictions and land wrangles. Abdul Nasir